Hey guys, what's up? It's Harley here from Cycling Harley. It's 5:30 in the morning and it's race day. I just wanted to do something about nutrition on the day of a race, something that's quite important to me, and just thought I'd give you a bit of insight into what I do. Okay, so just a little bit of background on myself. I'm 39 years old. I've been a member of a gym since I've been 17 years old. Was not into cardio whatsoever. So cardio was like, don't touch cardio. It's what I used to do to go to the gym, and it involved a lot of protein and protein shakes and eating meat and, you know, all the typical stuff that you're seeing. The biggest thing I did find from doing that in getting into cycling was eating before I went to the gym. So I used to not eat, thinking that I'd go to the gym, lift weights, and that would eat the fat that I've already got in my body to help me lose weight and tone up. That's definitely not the case. So then I started eating like before I'd go. So I'd have a couple of hard-boiled eggs, or I'd have a orange, or just something to have some sort of energy in my body, which is hugely beneficial for not only getting a few extra reps out in the gym, but it's night and day doing that with cycling, as hopefully most of you know. I heard in the Trainer Road podcast, the lady that's in that saying that...
Second point is don't diet on the bike. Don't diet on the bike. Don't diet on the bike.
Which was always sort of stuck with me. So in terms of what I use for nutrition, you'll see here supplements that I bought for weight training, but also for riding. Okay guys, so this is some of the stuff that we used to have. So the whey protein, that was always without fail. You'd have one scoop of that a day. A scoop of the recovery would go in that. Creatine was a big one. Bulks you up, and that was a good one. It's not too bad for cycling, but I've completely got rid of that. Just holds too much water weight, I believe, so it sort of adds weight for something you probably don't really need too much of when you're trying to cycle. Glutamine, these are just some hydroxycut, that's basically coffee, fucking complete waste of money. Multivitamins, this is powdered form of these gels. Now these gels have got 26 grams each in them. They're about $2.50 each. I think we worked out one date is 10 cents. Something like that. Yeah, 10 cents versus $2.50. And you're getting, I think, 20 grams in a date and 26 in a gel. So it's a bit of a no-brainer for me. And then just multivitamins, all this sort of stuff. I don't have any of that anymore. None of it. Cacao, chocolate, and it's here, dark chocolate. Drinking. So it's all this stuff here. What we got here? That's basically oil. So 100% coconut oil, which is basically fat, not needed. And that's what we used to have. So then, while I was getting into cycling, I stumbled across Durianrider. Love him or hate him, I really like the guy. I think I get a lot out of him. When I first saw him, I thought him and his partner Natasha were actually taking the piss. It took me probably about 10 videos to realise that no, he's dressing in high vis stuff to make a point and stuff. So once I sort of got past that and sort of taken in, it got me into natural ways of getting carbs as opposed to all these supplements which you see. And I don't use any of those supplements at all anymore. None of them. They're just sitting in the pantry. My go-tos are obviously a banana. There's 30 grams of carbs in one banana, so I'll have one of these religiously first thing in the morning. Dates. So a date's got 20 grams of carbs in it, and you can get probably 100 dates for $10. And so I'm having one of these every 15 minutes or what have you, to sort of get between 80 and 100 grams of carbs per hour. I just wanted to share with you these natural things which are a lot cheaper, and they're natural and they work really well. I certainly don't have any issues with bonking or lack of energy by having those. I'll take 4 to 8 dates with me in my back pocket, and I'll be eating them regularly as I'm cruising. The thing with fasted, I always go back to the lady on the podcast, on that Trainer Road podcast, saying that
don't diet on the bike.
And that's a big one. So I just keep eating on the bike, and then if I want to try and lose weight or cut up or do something, I'll do that off the bike. I've got a high carb, low fat diet, which is that thing off Durianrider, which has made a huge difference to obviously my performance on the bike, but obviously cutting weight too. So I don't have any of the protein powders. The high carb thing and the low fat thing is really good for cutting weight, but the one thing I will do that durianrider doesn't suggest you do is I'm still mindful of my calories, so I will actually monitor what I eat pretty much every day on that. It's an app called MyFitnessPal. Really got into it once I started getting my nutrition right for cycling, so probably 12 months ago, and now it's a lot easier than you think, because if you're eating generally the same sort of stuff each day, once you've logged it once, it's already there for the next days. With that high carb, low fat, I'm still mindful that I'm not eating 10,000 calories a day and only burning 2,000, because obviously there's a surplus of calories, which is not good for your weight loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping an eye on it. You certainly don't need to monitor it as much if you're doing the high carb, low fat, and riding a lot, as opposed to eating, chocolates and pizzas and ice cream and all that sort of stuff, where there's a lot of dairy, a lot of fat, lots of carbs. Always eating on the bike, having between 80 to 100 grams per hour, under sort of 20 to 30 grams of fat a day intake, which I monitor on the MyFitnessPal app on my phone. And like I said, I've lost 15 kilos. Obviously the riding does a lot of that too, don't get me wrong, but you're not doing keto where you have to fast and you're always hungry. I'm eating whatever I like, but it's just got heaps of sugar in it, or heaps of carbs I should say, which is predominantly sugars. That's what I do. It's worked for me. If you do, like I said, like the video, subscribe for future stuff, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Cheers.